no. Huh. Hello, Aniris. Hello. Hello. Give me a second here. I'm still trying to get everything set up, okay? Okay? Alright. Thank you very much. Okay, greetings, greetings. Hey, thank you for being here, a couple of you. It really makes a huge difference, even if there's one or two people here, because I have to confess, it's a really lonely experience. I've been doing the channel for 2.5 years now, and I tried to figure out what's the thing that's been bugging me. And I realized it's a very lonely experience for me to do the reports and then just upload them as like an anonymous video. I'm much happier when we're working together like a community that we do, you know, like when we do the live shows and everything. So I had a few people typing in saying, look, why don't you just do the reports live? A few other channels do it, so I thought, okay, it's a little scary because, you know, we're just going in totally blind, but on the other hand, that's what we do on Sunday Night Live anyway, so I thought, well, okay, let's just try it. So, some of you already, hold on, you're a Pisces, all right, Tia Mia? All right, so let me go to the stage a second. Hold on, I'll show you something. All right, here's the signs that we have not yet recorded. Today it is it is Wednesday night here on the Pacific West Coast, and this is going to be the last recording of the day. I did 2 recordings earlier, okay? And we are going to do a lucky draw in a moment to pick which one of these is going to be for the recording tonight. But we've already recorded for Aquarius, okay? Scorpios, Virgos. We already did the Virgo reports. We've already done the Aries report. Okay, we already did the Aries, okay? And we already did the Pisces. It's already online on the channel, okay? So that's for you, Tia Mia, okay? And we've also done the Cancer sun signs, okay? Sun, Moon, and Rising. So all of these signs here, Aquarius, Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, Pisces, Cancer. They are all on the channel already, okay? So tonight, right now, we're going to record something for one of these. So we're going to pick one here, all right? So bear with me. Get it? I've been doing this all day. I did 2 reports earlier today. This is the 3rd one today, and this is going to be the last one. And then we're going to do 3 more tomorrow, and then probably a couple on Friday. And then we'll have all the reports. Okay, so look at it this way. We're going to pick one of these. Okay, let's just say it's Sagittarius. And then we'll have 3 more recordings tomorrow, and then 2 more on Friday. And by Friday night we'll have everybody set up, okay? Got it? There you go. So, Tia Mia, your report's already there. But if you're mixed up and you have like a sun, moon, and rising, and each one is different, then you might want to, wait till we've recorded all of these. In the meantime, let's do this, people. Let's do this. I'm going to shake it up, just like we did before. No mirrors, no magnets, nothing. You know this. There's no gimmicks here, okay, on Tarot Illumination. It's just a smaller and smaller number of little magic post-it notes. And I'm going to swirl it around, and I'm going to hand pick one of these, and it's going to be the report for tonight. And that is it. That's it. It's very, very simple. Are you ready? Whoever it is. It might not be for any of you guys. Okay, I have one. I have one right here. We're just going to do it, okay? I see Aneris and I see a Tia Mia. Maybe there's a few more watching. Maybe you're not typing in. It's okay. But for tonight, right now, this report is going to be all about Capricorns. So if there's any Capricorns watching right now, this could be almost like a live reading for you. If you're not watching right now, don't worry. It's going to end up on the channel anyway in part of a new playlist for October. Okay? So here we go. This is for you, Capricorn. This post-it note has now served its purpose. Hey, Pam Bam, I see you. Okay? And we're going to put this into post-it note heaven. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. All right? Bye-bye. So this is it. It's all about Capricorn tonight here on the channel for this report. It's the Capricorn October report. Okay? So I'm going to put the rest of these away for tomorrow and Friday. These are all going away for tomorrow and Friday. All right? Thank you very much. It's a dwindling number. Laura Allen Smith, Capricorn Rising. Don't worry, Neris, if none of this is relevant to you, if you want to just hang out, you can. You can just hang out for fun. Otherwise, you'll get your reports later on the channel itself. Once everything's uploaded. Everything is going to be done by Friday night, okay? Cheers, welcome. Hello, Laura, I see you. Please drive carefully, Pam Bam. All right, so what we're going to do, like I explained earlier, I'm going to use 3 different, we're going to mix it up. I'm going to do a crucible spread, a miniature crucible spread for the very important element of relationship. Okay, I'd like to say love and relationship, but I'm talking really about very significant relationships of one kind or another, and then you can reinterpret that, okay? Then we're going to do another spread about the situation for the whole month, like a diagnostics, okay? And then I'm going to round it all off, finish it up with a little capsule, basically an oracle card from the Gaia deck. I'm going to take full advantage of the Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus, big energy, all in earth signs, sweetened up by the Pisces energy, Neptune in Pisces. So I'm putting all that energy, squashing all that into the oracle card at the end, okay? So let's get started. I just want to check in with you properly. Hello. If I didn't say hello already, I'm saying hello right now. So this is specifically the report for Capricorn for October. This is, think of this like a weather report if you want. And this too shall change. Okay, you'll see by the end of the month, okay? All right, let's go back and start with your reading. Here we go. Let's start with the Astrodoodles first of all. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. This is the same stuff I've been showing to everybody for all the signs. All I'm going to do, I keep all these details for personal readings, but what I'm actually going to do for this report is just focus on the yellow highlights, okay? Hello, Marilyn. I see you. Thanks for hanging out. It really makes a huge difference knowing you guys are out there. So we're going to start the month off with a bang, okay? Capricorn, it's potentially quite challenging for you. The new moon in Libra, theoretically the end of September, but we're going to spill it over into the 1st of October and there onwards because it's the new moon rising, okay? Waxing up to the full moon, and the full moon crests at around the middle of the month, 14th of October, okay? So this is potentially really stressful, really challenging for you. But again, there's so much that can be learned from here. You're going to see it when we actually go to your Astrodoodle in a moment. Later on, we're going to go towards the end of the month. Sun enters Scorpio, and we have a new moon in Scorpio at the very tippy end. It's a big stellium of Scorpio energy, which is actually very comfortable for you, Capricorns. Capricorns and Scorpios, you have very compatible, mutually beneficial type of energies. So let's make the best of that. Okay? So I'm going to pull out your particular Astrodoodle and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry about your connection, Laura. Maybe you'll end up having to just wait till the, till everything gets locked and loaded into the channel itself, and I've put on the thumbnails and I've done the titles and all of that stuff. Here we go. Dear Capricorns, it's pretty blunt, all right? It's pretty Hey, Steve. Welcome back. You were here earlier. Thank you so much. It really, really, really helps. I love knowing you guys are out there. It really seriously helps me to get through the readings. So this is you, Capricorn. I'm putting you on the horizon. That's your squiggle personal. Remember, Capricorns, you have been under a very long journey already since 2008. Okay, for 10 years you've been dealing with Pluto in Capricorn right here. And for the last year and a half, Saturn in Capricorn. So this is a very heavy, serious, long-term, slow pressure that is like the reality check police having a very firm hand on your shoulders. Okay? All right? So let's put that aside. This is so deep, it's been going on for so long, you might not even know it's happening. But it is a lot of pressure on Capricorns, okay? So at the beginning, okay, the very first thing of the month here is the Libra new moon. Libra rules your 10th house of career, destiny, meaning and purpose in this world. Like, it's a very visible part of your chart. It's as though you're the CEO of a corporation and you have to give a speech to your shareholders, and everyone's looking at you waiting for the answers, and the buck stops here. So Libra rules that. So it's very, very important for Capricorns in terms of career and destiny to create harmony and balance for everybody. It's a difficult job. It's very, very difficult to find a middle ground, to be very diplomatic and find ways and things that work for everybody. It's like a compromise type of energy. Not everyone's going to get what they want in the deal, okay? But everyone's going to get a chance to get a decent amount of what they need and want. And that's what happens in business. You are the sign of business, Capricorn. And a lot of things that happen in business are to do with making deals, okay? If you act like a unilateral dictator, that can really be great for certain people, but it really messes everything else up for some people. So the Libra energy is finding the middle ground, okay? So you're going to be put under a lot of pressure, Capricorn, to be very diplomatic, very balanced in how you present yourself to the world, because you're going to be under scrutiny. Everyone's going to be aware of you, Capricorn. How good are you doing at being the boss? How good are you doing at being the boss under the spotlights where everybody can see everything that you're doing that's good and everything that you're doing that's not working so well? It's a very, I would say, a very uncomfortable energy, okay? So that's going to blast you right at the very beginning of the month. Hey, Gabby girl, I see you. Thank you so much for hanging out here. I guess a few of the notifications are going out. Yeah. Hey, Fritterly, thank you so much. Awesome, Fritterly. So, the very beginning of the month, in fact, the very tail end of September, you might feel very queasy in your stomach and your physical body with so much of the limelight shining on you in a very public way. There's really nowhere to hide with this kind of energy. Like you're being held accountable, okay? 2 weeks later, you're going to understand what that means in your personal life when you get home. Just imagine in a couple weeks from now, from the beginning of the month, you get home and you realize, oh my gosh, now I understand what Tarot Illumination was talking about. Gulp. Ugh. What does that mean for me at my home? Like, in other words, are you bringing your work problems to home with you? Ideally, that would not be a good idea. For Capricorn, it's very important to make a very distinct separation between career and public life and your home and family life. One is contingent upon the other, and you're going to see that very vividly as you go through the month, Capricorn. Anything that is not working in your home, your family, your place of security, the place where you sleep, the place where you nurture your loved ones and your loved ones nurture you, your safe place, okay? Anything that's not working in there is going to become evident because it'll show up from everything that you're doing that's screwed up in the public arena over here. And if you start taking that stuff home with you, you know, like, have you ever heard that thing like, keep your work problems at work, okay? Take care of your home problems at home. You don't want to take all your home problems and bring them into the workplace, start complaining about the wife, the girlfriend, the missus, the children, your mortgage, your credit cards, and like blah, blah, all this stuff about your personal life. Nobody cares, okay? Like in this position up here, what counts is being the boss and being accountable as the boss. Keep your home life issues at home. Take care of business in the public. You know, it's like these are not connected. You don't really want to have these connected if you possibly can. You don't want to end up on the front page of a gossip magazine. You know, that's the worst possible scenario here for Capricorns. You know, Capricorns, you would be uncomfortable with having your personal life being brought into the public. You know, it might be great if everything's working, but everybody has issues in their personal life that they do not want to have exposed to the public, okay? So, dear Capricorn, please allow that a good chunk of October is going to be uncomfortable, awkward, putting you in the spotlight right at the very beginning, and then understanding what does that mean 2 weeks later. And you're going to see like, oh my gosh, now I can understand about the feedback, let's say the reviews. Imagine this like you did this big keynote speech, and then 2 weeks later you've read all the reviews and you realize, oh my gosh, I see what they're talking about. Yeah, I'm really good at this and this and this and this and this, and everybody appreciates me for that and that and that and that. But you're also getting the things like, hey, well, they should have done that. And if they really knew what they were doing, they would have done that, and that. So you have to digest all of that without letting it contaminate your home life, okay? So the tricky spots are the very beginning of the month, the very middle of the month, and then about around the 20th. It's just going to be a short period, but it's again very uncomfortable, awkward, queasy, almost like sickly energy. When the moon crosses through Cancer around October 20th, you might see like a really vivid glimpse of everything and anything that's not working for you in love and relationship. Okay, so let's just put this aside. Hello, Angie Love, I see you. Hey, Gabby girl. Yeah, hello, Gabby girl. Let's put this aside. I just want to summarize. This could be a very uncomfortable month for you until you get to the end. when you get to the moon in Scorpio, the new moon in Scorpio, because that's all over here. Let me just accent that over here. This is really sweet energy for you. So just like do whatever you can to get through the month, okay, Capricorn? And then get ready to enjoy some sweet energy over here when Scorpio hits your 11th house of community and humanity and hopes and dreams. Like, I think you'll come out with a resounding good report at the end of it. Well, you'll realize that people will be very forgiving of you, of the things that you're not doing well, and because they realize that you're doing a lot of stuff that does work well because you've had to, because you've been doing so much homework on yourself, because if you didn't, your life would have been falling apart dramatically. And so you become a living example of someone who's doing all the work on themselves that they have to because no one else can do it. And then you become a shining example to your community about what happens when you do the work that has to be done, and you carry the loads, you carry the responsibilities of being you. Okay? It's tough, okay? But this is good, okay? It's sweet. So by the end of the month, there will be some relief for you, okay? Hello, Agatha. Oh, we have another novelist here. Fantastic. So I'm going to start. Like I said, hold on, let me just check in with you guys. Did I say this earlier? Did I say hello already? If not, hello again. I'm going to do 3 separate spreads. We're going to do a miniature Crucible spread, tiny one, okay? But it has impact because relationship dynamics are very important. Then we're going to go to a situational spread, okay? Take care of the root issue, and then we're going to round it off with the oracle at the end. We're using the Gaia deck, okay? Stay there. Hi, Angie Love. Thanks for being here. We just kind of get started. You know, I've been like rambling for a while now just to get things rolling, and this is the October report for Capricorn. We're just doing them live now because I'm realizing I really love having your company here while I do this stuff. I didn't realize how miserable I was doing all the monthly reports on my own. You know, even though I have the support of my loved ones and my invisible friends. So let's do the same. Dear Capricorn, this one's for you. Love and relationship. Think about a very particular significant person in your life, okay? Cards are very well shuffled. They were already pre-shuffled, but I like to go to the last second so that you're a witness. Okay, I made a very extreme cut there to really, really break up the energy. This is you, Capricorn. Think of yourself like a smartphone in voice mode. What are you doing? You're transmitting and receiving energy. You are a transceiver. So what does that look like, okay? Including in love and relationship. This is not a couples reading. It's all about you, Capricorn, and we're allowing for your co-star over here. What are they radiating? They're like a smartphone too. They transmit and receive energies just like you. And then in the Crucible spread, okay, here it is at the core. This is the third entity. You know I talk about this a lot. In relationships, there's you, there's a significant other, and there's the third entity, the relationship itself, okay? So what is the nature of the relationship itself? The relationship is a crucible. It's a bowl in which you conduct the relationship. You're swimming inside this thing. This is the bowl here. I hope you can see that. This is the bowl, and we intimate and we separate. We intimate, we separate all the time in this situation here. And so for things to work properly and make the best of it and optimize, we realize that we have to own this thing and take care of it like a business, like you would take care of a business, like a potted plant, so that it doesn't turn into weeds, so that it has the proper nurture, the water, the sunlight, and the energy, and the care and attention that it needs, so you can have a loving relationship. Let's see how this unfolds, okay? If you look at it as a potted plant, then this was what might be growing here. And then all around this would be the energy around it. I think of it as the planets, but it can be whatever critical energies outside you that feel are impacting your relationships. I like to choose the planets because they're so indisputable. You might not know about them or understand them or detect them, but they are there doing what they do. And they have a profound influence on our lives. So let's have a look. We have the sun. So to me, this column almost makes you idiot-proof, Capricorn. It's almost like the planets, even though I was indicating how all of this stuff here is potentially very stressful for you. This is a hard square. This is a hard square. And you've got these huge conjunctions here sitting right on top of you. And then for a couple of days, you have this huge opposition. Okay? So remember, this is not a real chart. This is an astrodoodle interpretation of the month. And I'm just cherry picking the highlight moments. The new moon, the full moon, and then the next new moon. Okay? So the way this reads to me is that no matter how stressful it is for you with the planetary alignments, it's all working for you the way it's supposed to be. In other words, everything is exactly as it should be. And why is that so? Because it can't be any other way. You could read, Eckhart Tolle books or Deepak Chopra books forever, and really that's all it comes down to, is this thing. It's about the amazing power of now, where only what really, really counts is just being totally in the moment, choosing the loving energy to be the most happy, abundant, resourceful, capable, responsible, dynamic person that you can be, despite all the stresses around you. This sun energy here is very, very supportive for you. It really, in other words, it wants you to really, really excel, to succeed, to be happy. What are you radiating? Okay, the High Priestess. So, my feeling with the High Priestess here for you, Capricorn, is that you're really going to be put through like a test. To me, it feels like you're going to be really, really tested. Like, to actually be a living example of someone who radiates the joy, the abundance and happiness that's out there, that's available to you, like no matter what the planets are doing. In other words, I think this relates extremely closely to the Capricorn energy, like the CEO of a corporation. The CEO of a corporation, their job is literally to make the best of everything around them. Like when things are really, really challenging, like in a corporation, they have to find a way to rise to that challenge. They don't just walk away and say, I can't handle it. I'm the CEO, chairman, executive officer. I'm just going to go take a nap and the rest of you can figure it out. No. With Capricorn, the buck stops here. In other words, no matter how challenging it is, you have to find a way to bring it into something that works for you and for everyone else, especially a relationship and a significant other. And so my feeling is that this October, it's going to take you to the limits of your abilities, to the very, very limits where you're not going to have any other choice except to trust in divinity, to trust in the great unknown, and to trust and allow that the answers that you really need for yourself and for what's good for your life, your world, your community, your loved one, your relationships, the answers are behind the veil. That they are hidden. You don't have to tell that to the rest of the world, okay? You don't have to disclose to everybody that you don't know what all the answers are all the time, every day. You have to present the Capricorn aura of responsibility and knowing everything. And it's almost like communicating to your people, the masses, the world, and everybody who depends on you by saying it in such a way that they actually believe you, like, the answers will come when they need to come. The correct answers will come at the right moment, at the right time, for the right reasons. And you will simply have to trust me as your Capricorn CEO for this to happen. It's almost like, part of me feels like if I'm a Capricorn, I feel like saying, like, I don't know all the answers, people. I do not have all the answers. I rely on divine inspiration, divine guidance. And when I feel certain and confident, then I make the executive decisions and take the actions accordingly. but I do not do anything to override or manipulate this energy to serve my ego or to pander to the fear of anything and everything that could be not working. So please understand, it's almost like the Capricorn is pleading to everybody, please trust me. Please trust me, and please accept and understand that on a day-to-day basis, I will admit to you, I do not have a textbook answer for each situation. But my job is to figure it out. And then when I figure it out, then I bring that to you. Okay? So that's what's happening here with you in the context of love and relationship. I see it as much bigger than that, but I'm trying to bring it also down to earth in case there's a specific individual. What about the other person? Remember, this is not a couple's reading. It's all about you, Capricorn, and we're allowing for significant others, like a co-star. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? I see you. Okay, here we go. So with the Prince of Cups here, my feeling is that you're dealing with someone or certain very specific individuals who are completely and utterly on your side. They know that you're up against a wall. They know that you are doing the very best that you can to live by example, to shine the light anyway, to be literally a glowing beacon disco ball of love, sometimes against all odds, especially in situations where the last thing you would ever want to do is to radiate this energy in public. It's like what you might be wanting to do for this month is just to curl up and go home and wish you were never, ever a Capricorn. Like knowing that you have to be out there and be the Capricorn, even though you would rather wish you could be like what everyone else does. Like they make decisions like, I can't handle that, so I'm just going to curl up at home and eat popcorn and watch my TV series, and then I'll just wait for the Capricorn to figure it all out, and then I'll just show up at work tomorrow. So Capricorn, that's not applicable to you. You are the one who has to go through all this and deal with it. You have to provide the sunlight anyway. You have to be the beacon, the disco ball of light anyway. The disco ball of love anyway. Even though you don't know all the answers. So it's a very humbling month for you. Luckily for you, you're with people who understand that. Very deeply forgiving people who, it's almost like they're applauding you. They are there for you, Capricorn. There is somebody on your side who is deeply supportive, deeply loving, and they're going to do everything they can to support you, some way, somehow, extending them above and beyond their own comfort zone to be there for you because they know that that benefits them. To me, this looks like a very, very strong bond. It's like an almost against all odds type of situation. You know, when things get really, really tough, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And so you end up in a situation, Capricorn, where you discover that, I don't know how many people are out there on your side, Capricorn, but there is at least one significant other person out there who understands the pressure that you are dealing with and that they are there for you. They are there for you, and they are doing everything they can to be there for you because they know that it benefits them. Love breeds love, okay? They understand that. They understand that you're under a lot of pressure, and they're going to continue to be loving anyway, especially when it comes to the home energy. In other words, let's say you go home at the end of a day, and it's very obvious to them that you've had a really crappy day. They're not going to take it out on you. They're not going to say, oh, just go home, just leave me alone. They're going to be there for you. They're going to maybe say something like, what can I do to help? I wish you didn't have to bring your work problems home and all that stuff, but I can tell that you're really struggling right now. So if you need to blow off, steam or whatever, just let me know. I'm here for you anyway. Okay, so let's have a look. Over here at the core, my feeling is that you're aware of all of this with the Four of Cups here, Capricorn, and there's a part of you that's wishing, my gosh, Sometimes this feels very extreme to me. I don't know why. But it's almost like I wish I'd never been born a Capricorn. I wish I could have had an easier, more gentle life, because Capricorn energy is the energy of responsibility, commitment, taking care of business, doing what has to be done when a lot of people would not want to do that, making the tough decisions, knowing that you're going to be held accountable. And so you end up in a situation where they understand how much this is hurting you, okay, through October. You understand how much you are hurting, okay? And if you feel it, you actually feel it emotionally, which is not something that you would normally be prone to do or would like to do. But the reality is it's there. This stuff hurts, Capricorn. Sometimes it really, really hurts to be a Capricorn. You would never like to admit it. It's something you would probably never dare show in public. But that is the truth, okay? And it's showing up here in the relationship, okay? So with the Four of Cups, you have to understand energy flows where attention goes. So if you let this pressure get to you, you're actually ending up really suffering, because you could end up turning it into like one of those, it's like quicksand. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So please allow for yourself at the end of the month, please be aware by the end of the month, the energy is going to flip around, and that gateway to love, I'm going to equate this little miniature tiny Ace of Cups over here, very closely aligned with the Scorpio new moon energy over here, where you're going to get through the month and you're going to realize, my God, that was a really tough month. I felt so sick and so miserable, but I've come out the other side getting back to classic Capricorn, the one that I know, that I love, the one that I know I am love. In other words, I am loving and I am loved. But I wish I didn't have to go through this experience to know that and feel that and declare that as my truth. So what is fermenting here? To me, it feels like this is a card of deep, deep realization. Don't be scared of the Five of Pentacles. I know people are scared of it sometimes. But my feeling is this is a deep realization that so much in our lives, that let's think of this like as a testimonial, okay? Think of this as a whole testimonial where you, Capricorn, can speak in truth when you discover it and know what the message is. One of the messages that is that it's incredibly important to understand the energy and the nature of relationship. There is so much wealth and abundance that is attainable and available in the context of love and relationship. Also, just like the energy of marriage, if you think of this as the energy of marriage, okay, look at it this way, okay? We intimate, we separate. We intimate, we separate. People come together thinking that they're in love, and then they realize, oh, you've got baggage. Yeah, I've got baggage, but you've got serious baggage. Oh, wait a minute. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Well, why didn't you tell me? And then you realize, oh my God, we have baggage, okay? And all the lovey-dovey romantic stuff starts to suck. And that's where you get tested. And you start to realize, like, can you handle it? Can you handle it, Capricorn? Can you handle it when the going gets tough? Can your partner, mate, spouse, significant relationship handle it when the going gets tough? And then you realize, like a testimonial, wow, it's really, really true. The 7th house energy, let's point it out here. I'm going to bring the analogy in over here. You might come to this awakening towards the later part of the month where you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I wish somebody had given me this reading 10 years ago. You're going to realize that there's so much at stake in love and relationship. Like, you put everything into it. All the abundance is there, okay? The question is, how do you conduct yourself through the relationship? Because you see the characters here, it's like you have to be willing to live through the really rough stuff in order to access the good stuff. And that's why marriage is a contract in an old-fashioned sense, for better or worse. In other words, I am with you, you're with me, for better or worse. It's a commitment. It's a deep, deep soul contractual business agreement, okay? And a lot of people can't handle it. As soon as the going gets tough, somebody wigs out and says, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to divorce you. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to divorce you. And then you realize how devastating it can be when you are in relationship dynamics that are not very mature, not very responsible. So I think what's going to happen here is as you go through the month, you're going to realize what it really, really means to be in relationship. You get all the joy and the light and the abundance, and then you still have to deal with the baggage that comes with it. In other words, these go together. In other words, you can't have all of this without being exposed to the risk of all of this pain, loss, and suffering, rejection, lack of self-worth, being dumped, being the dumper, being the dumpee. All of that comes to risk when you go into a deep, profound relationship. So these things are happening simultaneously, and I think you're going to become aware of it. It doesn't mean it's the end of a relationship. I just think it's to do with an awareness, like a testimonial, like, oh my gosh, this is real. And then you realize, okay, I'm going to deal with it. This is my job. Against all odds, you do what you have to do to maintain the energy of like a glowing disco ball of love. It's really, really hard to do. But you're doing it because you have to. Because if you don't, then you get the shadowy flip side outcome of the Five of Pentacles. Rejection, loss, failure, everything. So this is a seriously in-your-face kind of reading. It might not be what you wanted to hear, but that's the storyline that I'm getting. Understand, remember though, with the sun energy here surrounding you, it's almost like you're bulletproof. So even though the experience itself through October might be very challenging, you're going to be okay. Okay, you're going to be okay because you're going to come out the other end. That Scorpio energy is going to be really nutritious and good for you. Okay, so hang in. Okay, I'm not watching the chat, anybody. I'm just going to keep going. Give me a second. Hey, everyone. Thank you for being here. Seriously, it's really, really helping. I see you, Linda. Nikki. Nikki, hello. All right, let me go back. We're going to keep going. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to pull a situation spread. This is exactly what we do on Sunday Night Live, okay? It's like a sniper bullet. It just goes straight to the issue, okay? Cards are well shuffled in advance, but I go live to the last second. No jumpers, no flyers, no reversals. I like to keep it super simple. It's the KISS rule. Bless this deck. Bless every single card. Dear Capricorns, please invite your invisible friends, every single one of them, to join you right now. I think you really need them. I think it's really important to build a strong, healthy relationship with your invisible friends. And the more you do that, the more valuable it becomes. Okay? Hey, Linda. Hello, Margot. Hello. All right, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. And here's how we're going to handle it. And again, I'm just going to look at the weather. Same old thing. I'm focusing on the planets, but you can reinterpret it. What is out there? What is in your environment, your circumstances that is putting a lot of pressure on you? You have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm feeling two messages here immediately. Number one, dear Capricorn, keep doing what you're doing. This is a very strong resonant energy with Capricorn energy. This is really strong earth energy. The energy of one gentle step at a time. Think of the Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Uranus and Taurus energy. Those things combined, okay? Stay on path. Stay on the good path. Like being a really, really responsible farmer in very challenging conditions, okay? This too shall change. Just think of it as a weather, like a weather event. Think of October, early and middle October, as extremely challenging astrological weather events for you, and you're just going to deal with it. You're dealing with it because you have to deal with it. Number two, the flip message is you're doing an incredibly good job of dealing with it, okay? just as if you were a very capable, responsible business leader, like a farmer, a business owner, a manager. Love, life, relationships, your whole life, your whole world, okay? So this is very supportive energy, okay? You've got this, okay? So, over here, what about the situation? Okay. So, with the devil energy here, don't be scared of the devil card. Okay. My feeling is that you're starting to realize like the nature of commitment, the binding nature of relationships and commitments, and the impact that you have on other people, and the impact that other people have on you. You know, in business, for example, like if you're the boss of something, a lot of people are dependent on you. Okay? Especially if you're a good boss of a good business. Things like their pension plans, their monthly payroll, their weekly payroll, whatever that is, their safety in the workplace, their feeling of security and job, their commitment to you as an employee, your commitment to them as an employer, as a boss. And that part's great. It's very delicious, satisfying feeling when it works. But when it's not working, it feels like an intense burden, like you're strapped into something that you wish you had never, ever started, okay? So I think you're going to feel that, the extremities of the month. Let me go back to the Astrodoodle here. I think this energy over here is really, really, the Libra Aries factors early on and in the middle are really, really going to emphasize this pressure. Like sometimes I wish I was never born a Capricorn. It's great when it works, but it sucks when it does not work. Okay? And I'm doing the best that I can. Thank you very much. Okay? You got this, okay? You're extremely lucky, Capricorn, right now because you have the Knight of Pentacles here and you've got the Sun card here, okay? Now, what are the challenges? Okay, let's just admit it. You're up to your neck in it. This doesn't surprise me at all. I think this is very much to do with the Libra-Aries axis that is in a very hard astrological square to you, an ongoing square through the month. There is this square here at the beginning, this square here in the middle, and add it all together. That's a tough month. And then you're going to have it in the middle of the month, okay, where you've got the opposition here from the moon in Cancer. So that's a lot of pressure. The beginning and like the middle and then towards the end. That's a lot of pressure all month. It'll feel like it's going up and down like the ripples of a wave, but the way it will feel to you is that you're absolutely up to your neck in it. Literally like a CEO, executive, boss, chairman, who is under a lot of pressure, okay? But remember, you're a Capricorn and you can handle that. You will prevail. You've dealt with this stuff before. You've been dealing with it for the last 8 or 9 years, okay? So you can handle it. It's just like, wow, this is just one of those times where the pressure is really on you, okay? You wouldn't want this. You wouldn't wish this on your worst enemies, okay? But you can handle it, all right? So how do we deal with this? Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles here, my feeling is that you just go straight back to classic Capricorn stuff. Serious reality checks. Doing whatever you have to do in a very noble, responsible, very Capricorn manner, in like the highest frequencies of Capricorn possible, where everybody is aware. For example, it gets so extreme where everybody is aware that the CEO, the boss, the executive is under intense pressure. But they also are aware that you are coming in with the very best of intentions and you are extremely aware of the binding commitments and the deeply, like almost like painful nature of the commitments that come with being the boss and the pressure of being up to your neck in it, but you deal with it gracefully. In other words, this is holding up yourself very well in the public eye in a very regal manner. I don't know how else to describe this. This is going to sound really strange. I want to check in with you. Dear Capricorns, I don't know anything about Winston Churchill. Happens to be a guy, but this reading is mostly for women because most of the people who watch this channel are female. I don't know a lot about Winston Churchill, but I know that he was a highly respected individual, and he had to operate, I don't even know if he's a Capricorn, but he had to operate the way I would imagine and a Capricorn has to operate under intense pressure, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, constantly having to face unrelenting obstacles in order to prevail and to succeed and achieve and be whole. Okay? I guarantee there are very few people who would ever actually wish they were born to be like a Winston Churchill type of character. Because it's too much. It's just too much to handle. Can you imagine the pressure? But somebody had to do it. So I'm feeling an analogy here. Even if you don't know Winston Churchill, I'm just trying to paint an analogy, okay? So the way to handle it is be more true to yourself than ever before. But this is the good self. This is the really solid Capricorn that you know. Like when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, okay? And you're doing it in a very public way, knowing that there are a lot of people or certain significant others that count on you, that they depend on you because they can't handle it. They can't do what you do. They are not you, okay? So this is very noble, and you can do it because you have the support, okay? I think this will make a lot more sense towards the end of the month, where you will realize, wow, that was really serious, intense pressure. But you come out the other side, okay? And then finally everybody gets it. In other words, dear Capricorn, all throughout the whole time, you were being the diplomat, the politician, the leader against all odds. And you did make the right decisions at the right time for the right purpose for the community, for the good of everybody. Not for what serves you, but what's good for the community, your people. Go Capricorn. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to go straight on to your Oracle card with the Gaia deck. I'm going to keep it really simple. It's just one card, okay? Okay. I'm just going to cut it up. Cards are already pre-shuffled well in advance. No problem there. I see you guys chatting amongst yourselves about your star signs and rising signs and everything. Thank you. I think that's very healthy. It's part of a learning, growing process. So I'm going to cut this up. Okay? And we're going to do this. It was a very extreme cut, by the way, as far as I felt it over here. I'm just lining everything up. You know, I'm one of those people, a little bit OCD, like having my pencils all lined up and things. Okay, here we go. This is your card, all right? Here it is, Perception. Oh, this is a really powerful card, Capricorns. Beyond the veil of illusion. Okay? Can you see? This is really, really powerful, precise energy. Okay? There's no ambiguity here. Nothing. I'm just going to read from the book. Let's see how this resonates. Okay, Capricorn. Male or female, whoever you are watching this, older, younger, coupled up, single, doesn't matter. The lady featured on this card looks directly at the observer. She radiates love and wisdom, yet she stands firmly in her own truth. From this standpoint, she is able to see beyond the veil of illusion. She has shown up in your reading today to reflect these same qualities within you. Oh yeah! You see the sun here? You see the Knight of Pentacles here? Oh yeah! Alright? You are advised to stand your ground with regards to a particular person or issue. Stand within your own truth and do not be swayed by another's beliefs, opinions, or views. And that could be something from a very big energy as well. You might be confronted with massive energies that confound you or challenge you. Okay? You have to stick with your truth, okay? Do not be swayed by another's beliefs, opinions, or views. Hold to your power, okay? If it doesn't feel right about someone else's opinions, beliefs, or views, then it's not. Trust your intuition and gut feelings on this one. Be true to yourself, okay? You can respect another's views without having to change your value systems. If it doesn't align with your values, then don't take it on, okay? You don't have to carry what is not yours, okay? You just have to carry what's yours. In other words, it's almost like, it's really simple. Just be the most awesome Capricorn ever, against all odds. You're already doing it, but this is suggesting that there's going to be a lot of pressure on you to be even more of the Capricorn that you are, okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful card, okay? I'm going to put that aside over here, and that is your reading. That concludes your reading. Thank you very much, dear Capricorns. Let me check out with you guys. Let's see what's going on here. Somebody, let's have a look. Okay, hold on. I'm going to check in with you before I say goodnight. There you are, my lovelies. Hello. Hey, Linda. Did I say hello, Linda, already? Did I? I'm not sure. Hold on, I gotta check something. I'm just trying to scroll through here. Hey, Steve, you're still here. Okay, I thought you were gonna go. Oh, I see your comment. It says, people are as unique as snowflakes. To realize your individual essence will guide you to growth in spirit. Steve, it's like time you had your own channel. Alright? Seriously. Yeah. What were you saying? Hey, TL, sometimes I think you're a Virgo, not an Aquarius. Oh, funny. What's that? Capricorn rising there for Gabby girl. Oh, wow. So this reading might resonate with you. Let it soak in a little bit, okay? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to part company. It's very late for a lot of you guys, so I understand. I'm also wiped out. I'm going to take a little break now, and we're going to do 3 more reports tomorrow on Thursday Pacific time, okay? Tomorrow will be the 26th of September in the United States, okay? I'm going to do 3 more reports, random, totally random, picked by random through the lucky draw. And then on Friday, I'm going to do 2 more, and that will be it. All the reports will be done by the end of the week, okay? Got it? Got it? Alright, so there is your reading. You can have a little screenshot or something. I'm going to play some farewell goodnight music and leave it at that. And I bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. It's a true blessing that you get me through all of this stuff, okay? Truly.